Jacob, let us go.
Scott Crockett, Bryson Crockett, Zach Boyd, Andrea Nelson. That's your first two rows. And at the cone, we are green. We're E-Modified Racing at US 36 Raceway.
Scotty Crockett with a good start that time as he's on the high side. But here comes car number 6. He will pull into that second spot as we got a 3-car breakaway. But here comes Deshaun, old rowdy one, moving to the front in that car number 41.
Crist Deshaun started 10th. He's going to have 4th in one lap as Scott Crockett is driven away in that 9 car, the 354. Bryson Crockett runs second. Zach Boyd, and here comes Crist Deshaun. He's got to get on the brakes hard as he was thinking 3 wide as we got problems over in turn number 1 as 3 cars involved. That's the 36 of Camden Couch, the 99C of Chet Yates, and the 32 of Chuck Adkins.
All of them kind of bottlenecked up. Down on the straightaways, it looks like one of them able to pull away. That is Camden Couch able to pull away in that 36 JR car, 38 JR car, 36 JR car, as those two are kind of welded together. So, not the way we wanted to kick it off with the green, yellow flag already out on the speedway as we'll send the records over, get these 2 cars apart as we're going to line them up. This race as we go through turn number 3, coming off board, Jacobs ready to go.
Scott Crockett, he's out front all by himself. Bryson Crockett, Zach Boyd, row number 2. We are back to racing here at US 36 Raceway. A good restart for Alec Breckenridge. He's already up to 3rd. He's going to look for 2nd. He gets into Zach Boyd, and we're going to have a mess of cars over in turn number 1.
And one over on his top with Crist Deshaun up on top of that car. Red conditions out on the racetrack. That is Bryson Crockett on his top over there, up on his side now with Deshaun up on top. As looks like 12, not a lot of damage as he was just taking evasive action. That is Zach Keller backing away. Gary Ainsworth involved. Car number 6 of Zach Boyd also involved. Quick as I get any information, race fans, I'll pass it along. Again,
green is out. Scott Crockett, he gets back to the gas pedal, and that's a much cleaner start. Everyone stays where they're supposed to. Josh Adkins, he's going to go to the top side, try to get something go. We've got to get some laps in here in your E-Modifieds. Here comes James Burns. He's looking to the inside of Gina Baumley.
Gary Ainsworth, he will move into that 3rd position. Good run for him all the way up to that 2nd position, rather, as he now sets his sights on Scotty Crockett as the laps continue to wind down.
Scott Crockett all out of shape down the back straightaway. That's going to cost him 1, maybe 2 positions as we're 3 wide. Back there for position number 4. Jim Masoner Jr., he's going to slide up in front of the 25 of Casey Anderson. James Burns on the bottom. All this happens. Gary Ainsworth is out front and your new leader.
Gina Baumley right in the mix of this as that 46 runs in that 3rd spot. Her and James Burns going back and forth as they continue to race hard. 3 and 4 wide. Josh Atkins is mixed, but Gary Ainsworth out front by 6-8 car lengths now.
Gary Ainsworth, your leader. Scott Crockett runs 2nd. The battle is 4th, 3rd as James Burns moves around Gina Baumley. Here comes Masoner. Contact between him and Baumley. Both stay straight as we've got one around over in turn number 2. That's the 308 of Andrea Nelson down on the racetrack, and that'll bring out the caution.
As we woe it down under caution, race fans, the laps and the time continues to wind down. Out here on the racetrack, we'll see how it all shakes out with scoring. But your leader is at 14.
As we are green, Gary Ainsworth is out front. He gets a good jump. Scott Crockett sits 2nd. James Burns going to use the bottom in 3rd. Josh Adkins sits 4th.
James Burns with a good run as he settles into that 3rd spot. Scott Crockett with the best run to date as he is battling back for the lead on the inside of Ainsworth, but Ainsworth continues to have the handle on the front.
So Ainsworth is your leader. Scott Crockett trying to battle back in that 2nd position. Got real tight over there in turn number 1. That'll open up the gap for Ainsworth. Burns still runs 3rd. Josh Adkins 4th as we've got one around. That is Alec Breckenridge in the 66. We're caution, drivers. We are caution.
Race is over. Hi, Christine Holt. And as he comes by, let's give him a big round of applause. Picking up that feature win here tonight, driving car number 14 out of Excelsior Springs, Missouri. That is Gary Ainsworth. 2nd place, best run to date, driving car number 9. That is Scott Crockett. Then comes car number 3B. That is James Burns with a solid third-place run for him. 91J of Josh Atkins and the 02X of Jim Maishner Jr. That will round out your top 5 here tonight. So hats off to the 14 of Gary Don Ainsworth picking up the feature win here tonight. And how about those rookies up front? The 9 of Scotty Crockett coming home in that second position. And James Burns out of Parnell, Missouri, coming home with a solid third-place finish here tonight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're ready to get started racing.
As it's Paul Navratil, it'll get a good start. Jack Potter will slot into second. Navratil wants the bottom. Potter will go to the top. He'll get the grip. Your leader down the back straightaway is the 15 of Jack Potter, Mike Hausman. He looks inside for third over Val Ehrman, already looking for second. But at the line, lap 1 goes to the 15 of Jack Potter.
Moore and Hausman both. They're passing high. They're passing low. They're doing everything they can. As up into the wall, we got 2 cars, one of them hanging in the fence. Wheel come down across the front of the straightaway. Race fans, hold your breath and say a prayer as our safety workers go over as we got one stuck in the fence. And the driver already coming out of the race car. Give him a big round of applause. He is out of the car okay.
Both drivers are out of the race car, the 69 of Mike Moore as well. As the two just got together on the front straightaway, clipped wheels, and it.
Green car. A Potter will lead as we're getting ready to go green.
Jack Potter looking for the start. He gets back to the gas pedal. We're back to green at US 36 Raceway. Jack Potter. He'll go to the top side of the racetrack. Paul Navratil. He runs the middle to bottom. So does Val Ehrman. Kenny Potter. He's trying to look to the inside of Chad Jarrett down the back straightaway. That's the battle for fourth. Lap 1 of the restart. Lap 2 of the race. We'll go to the 15 of Jack Potter.
Jack Potter right up next to the wall here down the front straightaway. Again, running middle of the track in 1 and 2. Fast down the back straightaway. He is the car to beat here tonight as he is on a rail.
Jack Potter working off a turn number 4, leads yet another lap, and he's opened up a big gap now over second place Ryan Navratil, now at 2 seconds. The battle is for second between Navratil and the 46 plus 2 of Val Ehrman, as Kenny Potter has cleared the 292 of Chad Jarrett for that fourth position, as the 7 of Jordan Miller has called it tonight.
As we continue the race, the fastest and most challenging position on the racetrack is the second, third position, as we have Navratil has it in that 12, but the 46 plus 2 of Val Ehrman wants it as we continue to race.
As into turn 3 and 4, a little bit of a differing track right now. Over in 1 and 2, you've got a cushion, but a little bit slick from the middle of the racetrack. 3 and 4 starting to show a couple little slick spots, but still big cushion up there on the top side of the raceway, as Jack Potter, looking for 13 to go this time by, has opened up a big lead now over the 12P of Ryan Navratil. Last time it was 3.9 seconds. This time by, Jack Potter's lead is up to 4.6 seconds.
Potter continues to pull away in that car number 15, as Navratil now seems to have had a burst of speed as he pulls away from Ehrman in that 46 plus 2 as they continue to speed away as they're spread out around the speedway at this time.
Jack Potter working the top side over there in 3 and 4, right up against the cushion, a little bit high off of turn 4, gets everything righted, and continues on as Ryan Navratil. He's picked up a little bit of pace here. He's now running the fastest laps on the racetrack, but he's still got just under a 5-second gap to crawl back, as we're going to be halfway this time by.
One of the few times Navratil has been to this racetrack, it looks like it is suiting him well as he runs in a solid second position. But up front, nobody has anything for that car number 15 as he is setting a blistering pace here tonight.
So it's Jack Potter out front. He's going to catch lap traffic here in a couple laps with the 292 of Chad Jarrett. You look back in that second position, it's the 12P of Ryan Navratil. Third will be the 46 plus 2 of Val Ehrman. Fourth, the 55 of Kenny Potter. And in fifth is the 292 of Chad Jarrett.
Lap traffic coming into play as it does sometime here on the fast 3/8 mile of dirt, as he will now set his sights on the 292 of Chad Jarrett, see if he can lap him without any problems.
Potter go to the top side. Jarrett still running the bottom. Potter will move around the 292 of Jarrett. As Potter, he's got 7 laps to go. We've documented his troubles late in races. Can he put this one together and pick up his first feature win of US 36 Raceway this year?
As lap cars being told, give way to the leaders as he will take the high side on old Uncle Kenny as he goes down the back straightaway. Team cars, one lap and the other as Potter continues to lead.
Kenny Potter still working the bottom as he gives way to Jack Potter. Potter now has lapped up to third in that position as Ryan Navratil continues to click off the fastest laps of the racetrack, but not by much. Just a 10th here, and maybe a 100th or two there. So the gap still remains at 4.5 seconds.
Long way to catch that leader as he is out front pulling away. Been snake bit while leading so many times this year. Can he close the deal here tonight on the high banks of US 36 Raceway?
Jack Potter will get the 3 to go this time by. 3 more circuits around US 36 Raceway. Back there for second, it's still Ryan Navratil sitting in P2. The 46 plus 2 of Val Ehrman sitting P3. As off of turn 4, Jack Potter will get the 2 to go signal.
2 more times around for Jack Potter in that car number 15. Dayco Painting Incorporated on the side. He has got it working here tonight. Everything in his favor as he will lead looking at the white flag this time by.
Ryan Navratil on that 12P almost put that car in the fence over in turn number 1. He recollected it as the white flag is out for the 15 of Jack Potter. He's got one more set of corners before he picks up his first feature win of at US 36 this season, and he will do it. Your IMCA Sprint Car winner tonight's the 15 of Jack Potter.
Great job by Potter coming home second. Is that 55 of Kent? No, let me get it right. Second place will be Navratil in that car number 12P. Then comes the 46 plus 2 of Val Ehrman. Then comes the 55 of Kenny as we come off turn number 4. Good start for the front rows. They come down the front straight away into turn 1.
That was a good even start for your front row. Nicholas Carpenter's going to go straight to the top side. Jeffrey Sears, he's going to run the bottom. The two are going to come together down the back straight away, and it's Carpenter that gets the advantage into turn 3.
Carpenter right in the middle of the racetrack. Here comes Sears slipping way up to the high side. We're 3 wide back through the pack as you see the 19X of Munson slipping into that third spot.
And remember that 8R of Chase Rudolph had to start in that 9th position. He is currently sitting second in IMCA Northern Sport Mod National points. So he's got some work to do to pick those up as Nicholas Carpenter putting in some fast laps here early.
Cade Richards, he moves into the mix as he will look on the inside of the 66 of Chris Wright. He will try to make that work, but high side momentum seems to be in Wright's favor. But up front, Nicholas Carpenter pulling away in that car number 33.
33 of Carpenter, still your leader. Jeffrey Sears having issues with that right side door. That is all folded up. Might be causing him some problems. Not too bad, though. Josh Munson, he slots into third. Chris Wright, fourth. Cade Richards, fifth. Stephen Clancy, sixth. Chase Rudolph runs 7th. Randy Smith Jr. in 8th. Jeremy Pitzenbarger 9th. And Randall Bix rounds out your field.
Chris Wright, one of the faster cars in that 66X, but he and Cade Richards cannot separate themselves from each other. Now Wright will look on the outside of Munson, but while we're talking about that, the 33 of Carpenter continues to pull away.
Carpenter consistently putting in 1 to 2/10 of a second into his gap each lap. The fastest car on the racetrack right now. We are 5 in, 10 to go. It'll be 9 to go this time by for the 33 of Nicholas Carpenter.
Cade Richards moving that 1R up on the high side of the racetrack as we got a battle for second. That sheet metal dangling on that 13J cannot be helping the aerodynamics of that car.
Nicholas Carpenter likes what he sees behind him. If he had any rear view mirrors in that race car, as basically 2nd through 7th all in one big bunch of cars as Carpenter, he's trying to work now around lap traffic. That's the 15B of Randall Bix. Carpenter will dispose of him easily and continue on out front.
No trouble for Carpenter with the lap car of Nix as he continues to lead down the front straightaway. As Sears still continues to hang on to that second spot with the parachute hanging off the door.
Jeffrey Sears still in second as we're 3 wide for that second position. Clancy's going to have to kind of hop on those brakes to get around the 15B. Munson, he slides up, has to hammer on the brake pedal to stay out of the 1R. So Cade Richards will move into that 4th position.
Richards starting that march to the front in that 1R. Again, he is your rookie point leader in the IMCA Sport Mod division as he continues to pound away in that 1R car, running in 4th at this time.
5 to go. That time by for Nicholas Carpenter in the 33. Jeffrey Sears and Chris Wright continue to battle for second. Cade Richards right there as well. Stephen Clancy sitting in that 5th position as here comes Wright. Wright slides up in front of the 1R. Richards trying to find a way around. 4 cars battling for 1 position off of turn number 4.
There he is. Stephen Clancy is always in the mix when it comes down to the final laps. 4 to go. That time by as Nicholas Carpenter continues to pull away in that 33. Good run for Carpenter here tonight.
Nicholas Carpenter's just kept that car straighter than everyone else tonight, getting good grip off the corners. There's a little bit of contact between Chris Wright and Cade Richards as both were going for the same piece of real estate. 3 to go for Nicholas Carpenter that time by. Stephen Clancy now trying to move around the 1R of Cade Richards. Richards was looking for 3rd, might lose 4th down the back straightaway.
2 to go for Carpenter this time by, and that car number 33 as he continues to lead. Nicholas Carpenter, no stranger to victory lane at many different tracks. Can he close the deal here at 36 tonight?
Carpenter started outside pole, got a good start, and has led this entire race as he'll get the white flag this time by. Got a good straightaway lead as he's just stayed consistent. No one able to get around Jeffrey Sears, who's stayed in second. As Chris Wright working on him all race long. You've had a great race for second on back, but out front it was all about the 33 of Nicholas Carpenter. And off of turn number 4, your IMCA Sport Mod feature winner tonight is that 33 of Nicholas Carpenter.
Coming home in second place, who's it going to be at the line? The 13J of Jeffrey Sears. He will pick up that number 2 spot. 66X of Chris Wright. 12X of Stephen Clancy. Then the 1R of Cade Richards and the 19 of Josh Munson. But let's hear it for him. The chick magnet himself, Nitro Nicholas Carpenter.
Loose, Clay Hale, he's looking for that top spot as he'll take second down the back straightaway. We're going to be 3 wide for 5th in that turn number 3.
Clay Hale got a rocket run that time on the high side in that 22H car. That will launch him into that second position with Shane Bailey right on his back bumper. But up front, everybody chasing Jacob Brock as they head down the back straightaway.
It's a good start for Brock as we got trouble over there in turn number 1. Jim Masoner got loose and Benji Douglas had nowhere to go. Caution on the speedway.
Looks like front end broke on the 48 as he is plowing up the infield as he goes in. The 48 out of commission and off track. Jim Masoner Jr. out of the race.
He was still your leader. We're going to try this restart again. And it's very similar to the last one. Shane Bailey gets a great jump. He'll look to the inside of Brock into turn number 1. No contact there as Clay Hale will work the top side. He's going to try to split the 5. He will get the 5, but Shane Bailey will go to the front.
Bailey out front, but here comes Clay Hale in that 22H. Jacob Brock will be on the inside of in third place, but here comes Dotson.
As Danny Holt had to go to the rear of the field for causing that last caution. He's already moved up around 4 cars, move him up to 6th. Here comes Chad Clancy. Clancy got a huge run, so much so he had to get on the binders, and Michael Dotson has looped it in front of the field. Dustin Miller goes around to avoid. As that'll bring out another caution here for your modifieds.
As yellow comes out on the speedway, your leader is Shane Bailey. This is what the 22H of Clay Hale needed. Put him right back on the deck led of that 7 car. Timber 7.
As off of turn number 4, back to racing here at US 36 Raceway. 3 in, 17 to go. See if these modified drivers can figure out this racetrack, get some green laps in. It's Chad Clancy. He's going to move around the 5 of Brock. He'll take over 3rd. He's going to bring Danny Holt with him. Move that 7 into 4th.
Clay Hale very fast in that car number 22H as he gets a good run off turn number 2. Seems to be one of the faster places on the racetrack for him. But Bailey
around over in turn number 1, the 7 of Danny Holt loops it and collects the 5 of Jacob Brock.
Network here at US 36 Raceway in Osborne, Missouri on the High Banks. Glad to have Cheeseworks on board live streaming here tonight as we're ready to go back green flag racing coming off turn number 4 at that orange cone. Green is go down the front straightaway as Bailey's going to lead them. But here comes Clay Hale looking on the outside. Looks like car number 7 is going to take the low line as right on his back bumper is that 22H of Clay Hale as a little bit of sheet metal popping up now on the front of Clay Hale's 22H. As we continue to roll into that 3rd spot now is that car number 21C of Chad Clancy. He is marching his way to the front. Clay Hale now, he is closing in on that 7 of Bailey as we continue to watch these laps click away.
Shane Bailey now going to put 5 in the books, 15 to go. Clay Hale 2nd, Chad Clancy 3rd, Jacob Brock 4th. Trey Dunsing will run in that 5th position. He's gotten around the 3X with Tony Manley. Michael Dotson also trying to work his way around the top side of the racetrack. He'll get a big run. He'll take 6th away from Tony Manley in that 3X.
As car number 3 of Dunsing continues to march toward the front. Here comes Dawson looking on the inside of him now as they come down the front straightaway. But up front, everybody's chasing that 7 of Shane Bailey as he continues to pull away from the 22H Clay Hale.
We'll look at lap times this time. By last time, it was 0.3 of a second better for the 7 of Shane Bailey. This time he runs a 15.6. Clay Hale runs a 15.8. Chad Clancy runs a 15.8. So Shane Bailey, your fastest car on the racetrack.
Seems like a broken record when that 7 gets out front. As we got one around, Jacob Brock takes that car around over in turn number 2 and off the track as one is stopped on the high side over there. 52M of Miller up on the high side of the field as green is go.
Shane Bailey will lead the field to green. 7 and 13 to go. We're back racing at US 36 Raceway.
Again, a good run by Denzing as he gets that car moving toward the front. He is in that fourth spot looking for more, as now Chad Clancy and Clay Hale will go back and forth for that second, third spot.
As Tony Manley off the berm over there down the back straightaway is going to lose several positions as Chad Clancy back up front battling for that second position. He's working the bottom, trying to work around Clay Hale. Hale still struggling with that bodywork on his race car as Moore continues to flap in the wind, still running second while Shane Bailey starting to drive away again in that 7 machine.
Not sure how good that Clay Hale can see out of that race car. You see that sheet metal flapping on the front of that car, but he is giving it a run as he settles into that second spot. High side working to perfection for the 22H.
The 7 to Shane Bailey continues to work off turn 4, halfway, 10 in, 10 to go. Here in the IMCA modified feature, Clay Hale still runs second, Chad Clancy third, and Trey Dunsing has really figured it out. As just as I say that, gets loose over there in turn number 1, but he's moved up as Benji Douglas is around over there in turn number 1, has that car moving for now, but the caution will come out for the 19XR of Benji Douglas.
As the yellow comes back out on speedway, that will rack them and restack them. Is this what Clancy and Clay Hale need to run down the fast car of Shane Bailey as he is out front setting a blistering pace? As Hale runs second and 21C of Clancy is your third place car. The 3 of as they come through turn number 4.
Off of 4, we're back racing again, 10 in, 10 to go. It's a 10-lap sprint race now for the 7 of Shane Bailey. Clay Hale, he'll go to the top side. Chad Clancy will roll the middle. And then Dunsing is all the way down there on the bottom of the racetrack. So 3 distinct lines between your top 4. And all of them choose different lines down there in 3 and 4 as well. So a lot of different racing grooves. The 7 of Shane Bailey's got the fastest one right now.
Outstanding racetrack prepared by John Bowler and Company here tonight as we got that car out front. That is the 7 of Shane Bailey. 22H Clay Hale as we got 2 cars around. Let's see if they can keep them going. Looks like 52M of Miller able to get that car.
Caution is out. As off of turn number 4, we are green again. Shane Bailey will work into turn number 1 up on the top side of the racetrack as Clay Hale works down the back straightaway. Shane Bailey working the top side as here comes Michael Dotson. He's going to work the inside for the 4th position over the 3 of Trey Dunsing as Benji Douglas is around over there in turn number 4. Tell him to get going.
He's out of the way. Go.
As we're trying to get that 19XR further into the infield, and we're going to stay green, so keep this one under green. Shane Bailey still working the top side of the racetrack. He'll dime in the corner down to the bottom. Clay Hale way up top over there in 3 and 4, just trying to find some time to run down the 7 of Shane Bailey.
Everybody's searching for speed right now as they are trying to look for a way to catch that fast car number 7 of Shane Bailey as he is on a rail here tonight. Ever since that first win he picked up in 2019, he has been the car to beat here on the high banks of US 36 Raceway, and tonight is no different.
Shane Bailey's now got 5 to go here in the IMCA modified feature. He's got a good lead now over the 22H of Clay Hale. Chad Clancy still runs 3rd. Trey Dunsing runs in that 4th position, and Michael Dotson runs 5th. 4 to go now for Shane Bailey.
As Bailey continues to roll around the middle of the racetrack, slipping on up to the top side down in turn number 1 and 2. He has got a very fast rocket under him here tonight as he continues to pull away.
Off turn 4, 3 to go now for Shane Bailey. As this time by, he's still got a 1.5 second lead. He opens it up about a 10th a lap over the 22H of Clay Hale.
As Hale can all Hale can do is sit and watch as that car number 7 continues to lead as we only got 2 more laps to go in this feature.
As 2 to go has been given to the 7 of Shane Bailey as he'll work around the top side of the racetrack. Clay Hale still second. Chad Clancy still running in that 3rd position. As Michael Dotson having issues down the front straightaway. He will take it to the infield and call it a night as the white is out for the 7 of Shane Bailey.
As Bailey continues to lead, he will take it through turn number 1, off of turn number 2. Nothing but clear racetrack ahead of him as he will be looking for the checkers this time by.
A 7 to Shane Bailey working the top side, and he will pick up IMCA Modified Feature win number 3 on the season. Give it a big round of applause to the 7 of Shane Bailey. Second will be the 22H of Clay Hale. Third will be the 21C of Chad Clancy. Fourth, the 3 of Trey Dunsing. And then rounding out your top 5 will be the 52M of Dustin Miller.
And as these cars pull them in the infield, you know what that means, race fans. Modified out of the way. That means we move on to the Joe Crist Memorial.
We got a lot of time to go places. Green off, green.
Race fans, here they go, locked and loaded side by side. Heart is a pumping, leg a shaking, and we're nervous. And that's just me up here in the booth as we're getting ready to go green as we slip through turn number 3. Jacob, it is go time off turn number 4.
Thomas Roberts will lead the field to green. He gets a good start. J.J. Bomley going to go to the top side. He gets a big launch off of turn number 4. Both are going to fight for the outside and see if the field can make it through turn 1 cleanly.
As they go down the back straightaway, Bomley's going to dive that car to the inside. Good move by Bomley as he was up to speed and still made that car turn. He and Roberts side by side for the lead. Side by side for second. Third is Blake Pillar says, I want another one here tonight.
J.J. Bomley looking to the inside. Thomas Roberts will use the outside momentum. Possibly a little bit of contact there between your top 2. Gerald Wawasek runs third as Blake Peeler.
Chain reaction over in turn number 3 and 4 as it looked like Peeler got in the back of Wawasek. Around went Wawasek, and then they just bottlenecked and piled up from there. Again, we're locked and loaded. Going to be going green off turn number 4.
As Thomas Roberts will lead the field to green. He gets a good start, but J.J. Bomley was ready for it. He's going to work to the inside of the racetrack, drive down on the bottom. As Roberts uses that high side momentum, Wawasek still back there in third. Carson Masoner in fourth. Connor Masoner and Travis Barker battle for that 5th position. As Bomley, we are now 2 in, 28 to go, and Bomley still working to the inside of Thomas Roberts.
Bomley, he is committed to that low line as there's contact between these 2 drivers down the back straightaway. A little bit of rubbing between these 2 as Bomley keeps that low line working. And on the high side, here comes Roberts back. Momentum's going to win. Thomas Roberts will take that lead.
Thomas Roberts, he's working the high side. Bomley's working the low side. Those are your top 2. Gerald Wawasek runs third. Carson Masoner fourth. Travis Barker, he runs 5th. Justin Seifert runs in that 6th position, and here comes Mike Nichols looking to the inside of the X9 of Brad Whitney.
Nichols in the X9 of Whitney, I've been noticing side by side for lap after lap after lap. And how about Seifert in that 82M, giving that car a good run? As now, race fans, the battle keeps shaping up lead as Bomley looks like he is slow. Bomley off the pace in that 46, as now Wawasek will challenge on the high side.
Bomley might have gone too hard too early. As again, it's a 30-lap race, so these tires, they're going to have to keep a hold of those Hoosier Race tires. Is off of 4. We're 6 in, 24 to go, and at the line, it's still Bomley with that 2nd position.
Wawasek hanging in there on that high side in that 11W. He will work the top line to perfection down the back straightaway. He and Bomley still side by side. Looking a little further back. Keep an eye on that 30 of Barker as we got the 02 off pace. 02 into the infield.
As Thomas Roberts still leads, Gerald Wawasek will now take that 2nd position away from the 46 of J.J. Bomley. Bomley going to try to fight back. Your top 3 have now separated themselves just a little bit as Carson Masoner, he runs 4th. Justin Seifert runs in that 5th position. Travis Barker 6th. Mike Nichols runs 7th. He's going to look to the inside. That's your battle for position number 6.
Seifert giving that 82M a run here tonight as he is right on the back deck, led of Carson Masoner, who runs in that 4th spot. But that battle for second keeps raging as we got Nichols and Barker now. These 2 know each other well as they are side by side for position out on the racetrack.
Thomas Roberts staying steady out front. J.J. Bomley still running 2nd. He might want to try to get to the high side if he can. That might have been the opportunity right there. See if he goes up to the high side, see what he's got up there as Wawasek still runs 3rd. As now Seifert will look to the inside of Masoner, and that's going to hurt him as he's going to lose that 5th position to Travis Barker.
Seemed like the high side coming in is the faster way around the racetrack now, as Thomas Roberts has shown everyone. Here comes Bomley back now on that high side. He is right on the deck lid of that 65X.
As we've got one slow down the back straightaway. That's the 79S of Jason C.
Looks like he is done and blowed up. If we could get him in the infield.
We're yellow, drivers. We're yellow. We're yellow. We're
Seifert around here on the front straightaway in that 82M. He is able to pull that car away. Travis Barker making that way to the front. Slow start by Roberts at times to come down the front straightaway as Bomley's going to take advantage into turn number 1.
Bomley will try to slide up in front of the 65. He will get that move taken care of. You've got a new leader. It's the 46 of J.J. Bomley.
As Bomley continues to lead, looks like a lot of bounce that 65X car, maybe the handle going away. As here comes Barker in that car number 30. He will move into that third spot. He will now set his sights on the 65X of Roberts down the back straightaway as Barker, the man on the move.
We're yellow, drivers. We're yellow. We're yellow.
The car is parked in the, he just stopped. That 11 car is stopped right there.
Got one stopped on the exit of the pits. That is the 11W of Gerald Wawasik, also exiting the speedway. The 47X of 11 car still in the mix. As we're going green off 4.
As off of 4, we're back to green. A really good start by J.J. Bomley. We see issues for Thomas Robert. That car does not fire. As that car does not fire, but Barker will take that second position.
As pulling away is that car number 46 of Bomley. Barker now has clear track to try to run down the 46 as they go through turn number 1 off of turn number 2.
As J.J. Bomley, he's found the speed in that race car. We were worried if he was fading early, drove too hard too early. Looks like he paced himself just right as now Travis Barker. He's going to use that top side. Thomas Roberts back to third. Mike Nichols up into that 4th position after starting 11th. He'll go back down to the bottom of the racetrack. One of the first drivers trying to make that bottom work. Justin Seifert back there in that 5th position is now Brad Whitney. He slots into 6th.
The best the IMCA stock car division has to offer is here tonight, race fans, as you see Barker in second. Nichols now challenging Roberts for that third spot. Nichols will take it, does a slide job on Roberts, but up front, everybody chasing Bomley. He knows he has to get away and make these guys chase him down.
J.J. Bomley, he's got 16 in, 14 to go as the 11S of Steve Starmer will call it a night. Take that car to the pit area. J.J. Bomley, again, he's your leader. Travis Barker runs second. Mike Nichols third. Your top 5 all single file. The battle's now for 6th as Carson Masoner, Justin Seifert, Billy Hoover, Mick Ross, Blake Peeler, Jason Estes, and George Bennett all there for that 6th position.
Second, third, starting to slowly reel in. The 46 of J.J. Bomley is there side by side for second. Bomley wants to see those two going back and forth. That will allow him to pull away. These are two of the very best in the business, Mike Nichols and Barker, with Bomley up front.
J.J. Bomley trying to hold down his home turf here. Once he got a stock car ready, he's a regular here at US 36 Raceway. Barker and Nichols, they've come in for the big show tonight. Bomley, he's still out front.
Whitney will now look on the inside of Roberts as they make a little bit of contact coming down the front straightaway as Roberts will now move back to that 5th spot up front. Bomley continues to lead as we're 11 laps to go. 11 laps to go in this feature here tonight.
J.J. Bomley last time by a 1.4 second lead, this time by a 1.1 second lead as Travis Barker ran 0.3 of a second quicker that last lap. He's got 10 laps to get this done to close that gap to the 46 of J.J. Bomley.
Coming from Sioux Falls, Iowa, all the way down here, Sioux City, rather, Iowa, all the way down here racing with us. That's Barker in that car number 30. He did not come here to spectate us. He is starting to cut into that lead of Bomley's ever so slightly.
Bomley working the high side. Barker, he gets a big push on the entry to turn number 3. That might have hurt him a little bit. Look at the gap this time by with 8 to go. It's back up to a second. So he has started to fade a little bit in that 30 car as he's pushing to catch the 46 of J.J. Bomley.
As Bomley continues to lead, how about Nichols running in that 3rd spot? Barker in 2nd. Here comes Brad Whitney. Got a little bit of hood flap up on the front of that race car. Does not seem to be slowing him down.
7 laps to go. Bomley just a touch loose over there enters. We got caught. Really good restarts here over in turn number 4. Looks like he's going to get another one. This time Barker a little bit more ready for it. It's only going to be a couple car lengths into turn number 1.
As Bomley continues to lead through turn number 1, he will slide up the racetrack. Here comes Barker now mounting that charge back to the front, but this is Bomley's home track. If anyone knows how to get around it, he does as he comes down the front straightaway.
Before the contact between the 30 of Barker and the 63 of Nichols, Barker had the quickest car on the racetrack. See if that hurts him as all, as Bomley's car just fires off so well on these restarts. He's already opened up over a second lead on the 30 of Travis Barker.
292 of Blake Peeler. You saw him have troubles early. He is already up in the top 5 as that hood continues to flap on Brad Whitney's car. As Whitney will take over that second spot. Heavy contact between he and Barker as they go into turn number 1.
Brad Whitney has now taken that second position as we've got body panels flapping all over the place as there goes that hood. Bottom of turn 3.
As Brad Whitney takes over that second spot, he and Barker battling out on the racetrack. Damage to the front of the 30 car as well. In here with 4 to go.
See if Brad Whitney learned anything on that last restart. See if he can keep up with the 46 of Bomley. Not really able to do it as, again, Bomley's just got these restarts down. That car fires off extremely well. The battle's going to be for third as Thomas Roberts working on the 30 of Travis Barker. Here comes Mick Ross and that 34X.
Ross, he noticed it's a little trouble between 30 and 65. He's going to take advantage and pass both of them. Try to as we're 4 wide down the front straightaway.
As a couple more doors having issues on those race cars, the 30 of Barker going to lose a couple positions, try to slide back. The 34X and Mick Ross takes that position. And Blake Peeler, the first caution of the race, went to the back and is now working his way almost up to third. He might take 4th off of turn 4.
He and Peeler mixing it up, going back and forth. A little bit of rubbers racing for those two. But up front, J.J. Bomley having everything his way with 2 to go. Yellow caution as we got one around here on the front straightaway.
Off of turn number 4, J.J. Bomley puts in another one of those great restarts. That could do it if he just puts down 2 good laps. Whitney in second. Thomas Roberts, he's all over the place. Here comes Mick Ross looking for that 3rd place position. Ross started back in position number 14 as he works white flag in the air for the 46 of J.J. Bomley.
Mick Ross looks like the man on the move as he is up to that 3rd spot. Thomas Roberts sliding around as Blake Peeler as 82M goes off track. He is done. Here he comes, race fans. Let's give him a big round of applause. Picking up the win here tonight, Joe Crist Memorial Stock Car Shootout, J.J. Bomley.
The X9 of Brad Whitney will finish second. Mick Ross will finish 3rd, and Blake Peeler will round out the top 4. Mike Nichols will take home the top 5.
Nice donuts, well done down there in Victory Lane, my man. One of the true best of the sport. Proved it here tonight. Boy, the hounds were at the door. They were there, but you held your cool. I told everybody you could sit on a wood stove and sweat ice cubes. You're so cool. Done a great job tonight. Take us through that race.
Well, I didn't know if I was ever going to get around Thomas. Thomas is a tough competitor, but I saw he had a broken left rear shock, and I just knew I was going to have to try something. And tell you what, I was just holding on. That was the longest race I've ever been in my entire life.
All right, let's talk about something that seemed to be the key to the victory for you, restarts. It seems like the restarts, you would pull out 2 or 3 car links each restart, not really fooling them. It just looked like your car hooking up a little better than the competition's car. Restarts seem to be the difference.
I'm glad they were.
Well, you're not looking behind you, though.
I'm glad they were. I was just trying to do whatever I could to stay out front.
I tell you, they were battling hard behind you, also helped you a little bit, but you, the man that put that car out front here tonight, got to be one of the biggest wins of your career right here with the Crist guys standing here holding the sign. That memory will never be forgotten.
We'll never forget. I really think the entire Crist family, this is awesome. Thank you guys so much.
3 years of competition, 3 different winners. Now you're one of them. Your name goes on that plaque.
I'm honored, very honored to be on that.
And this is going to be a tradition. You will be back next year to try to beat them again here to Joe Crist Memorial. I'll tell you, you've had some big wins this year already and hadn't had the car out that long. Tell us about the people that make it possible, JJ.
Man, there's a ton of people to help it.
Let's get it working.
Colorado Seed and Supply, Fist Family Racing down here. Casey Ferens comes and helps. Candy Brothers, B&B Racing Jesse Paulberger. Actually,
Let's get it working.
one of my biggest supporters is Brad Whitney. You know, and Jason Nelson and Andrea and the Nelson family. Aller Racing, Brad Wyatt for helping me out this week. My wife, very, very much my wife. You know, everybody that comes out and watches.
Race fans, let's hear it one more time. One of the nice guys of the sport, best in the business, J.J. Bomley.
I can't forget to thank Nick and Misty Haynes also. Shocker Chassis, Blake Peeler, Brian Blessington with Horsepower Dynamics. There's just so many people that help me out. I'm sure I'm forgetting some.
Nice job tonight again. J.J. Bomley, one of the nice guys of the sport.